Hi, this is Eleanor Curry with the Curry Law Firm and coronaviruslegal.us. And I'm here sharing information and updates on COVID-19 and how we can anticipate it will impact our economy, legislation, small business, and of course our health. As more and more companies are opening, it is important to begin to consider drafting and putting in place policies for employees and the public alike when it comes to new operations that take into account COVID concerns. These policies are there to ensure that a business is properly considering precautions surrounding the health and safety of their employees and customers. And this week we will start by focusing in on employee policy creation, as many employers are facing concerns that in reopening, they are potentially exposing their staff to contact with the virus. So here are some tips to draft your employee policies focusing in on COVID concerns. Step 1 is to check your local restrictions or guidelines from your governing authorities. Certain types of businesses may have specific requirements for reopening that will include things like social distancing, requirements for masks, or even cleaning requirements, and you want to make sure you are in compliance. Step 2 is to assess the risk at all levels of your organization. Do not expect your policy to be a one-size-fits-all concerning the different levels of interaction different employees may have with the general public. For instance, you may have bookkeepers or support staff that have a very different level of interaction than perhaps a sales team. So your policy should be comprehensive enough to address all the concerns, but specific enough for different levels of interaction so you're covering your employees' safety needs. Step 3 is to consider safety measures that have to be done on the part of the employer so that the business has taken into consideration the time and expense that is required for each. Maybe you're thinking about installing a plexiglass partition for interacting with the public, but it may be a better idea cost-wise or time-wise to supply your staff with gloves or masks, and you have to make sure that all of those products are continually available and part of your budget. Step 4 is to draft a policy that works for you. Now, it may seem easier to just pull a template out about how you're addressing COVID concerns, but you really want to reach back to step 2 and think about how your different levels of interaction are covered by your policy, because you want to make sure it really is specific and customized to the needs of your business. Make sure that policy is available for staffs to review and ask questions, and even contemplate what happens to staff that protest the policy for a medical or safety reason. Step 5 is putting your policy in place with training. If you do not explain the purpose of the policy or how to properly abide by it, you are leaving the policy up to the interpretation of others. So walking through different training scenarios not only helps your staff be more comfortable with the changes in how the business operates, it also helps you spot problem areas in your policy to make sure that you're making the necessary adjustments to address COVID concerns. Most importantly, you're able to actually achieve your goal of protecting your staff from the spread of COVID.